Barnabas Group, thank you so much for watching this video. I look forward for you to see all the things that God is doing. In this video, you're going to find a couple of things. Number one, you're going to see what CSI is all about. Number two, I'm going to share my testimony. Through my testimony, you're going to see my why. I'm going to share with you my why. Why do I do the things that I do? Number three, you're going to see a highlight reel of some of the work that's been going on since June 1st, 2019. That's when the West Division of Christian Sports International launched. So it's mind-boggling to see all the things that God is doing. We've seen hundreds of people come to Christ over the last 10 months. And then lastly, after that, you're going to see some of our partners in the video saying, I am Team CSI. And you're going to see students, pastors, athletes, and some of the people that are involved in the ministry. And the last final minute is going to be how and why we need you and how you can get involved as a Barnabas member. So enjoy the video. Thank you so much for taking your time. Our mission is to change the hearts and lives with the good news of Jesus Christ through our sports programs and other ministry events. Christian Sports International is a ministry based just outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania since 1990. June 1st, 2019, God has given me the responsibility to bring CSI out here in the West. And I'm so excited to be a part of that. So we're celebrating 30 years of ministry. This is a year of growth. This is a year of us to move forward. And I can't wait to share what God's doing here in the West. And today I'd like to share with you a little bit about my story of where I am today. So growing up, all I ever wanted to do in life was to be a professional baseball player from Little League and to high school. By the time I was in high school, I was rated top 100 in the nation by Baseball America. And so at this point, I had options my senior year to go in the Major League draft, or I also had a full ride to Long Beach State on the table. And everything was going great, was feeling good about life. And then all of a sudden, everything changed. First week of school, on my way back from Subway, I ended up getting a major car accident, which led to a lot of neck and back injuries. I actually heard the gospel all throughout high school. I actually thought I was a believer, but then now my first year at Long Beach State, going through something very tragic, instead of running to the Lord, totally ran in opposition, ended up living a life of misery and fully depressed. So that year was not a good year. I was rehabbing, hoping I could make a comeback. So in December, I was probably about 60% thinking I got a chance at going back and making a comeback. And then I was back in San Diego meeting my best friend for a lunch. And on the way to the mall, boom, another car accident, believe it or not. So that year at Long Beach State was just a year of misery. I ended up having a medical red shirt, couldn't play that year. Was very much questioning God, why would you allow this to happen? Didn't understand it. I ended up going to play for the Kenosha Croakers. Ended up having a good summer, thinking, man, I'm going to have a good next year at Long Beach State. And then middle of the summer, coach calls me up. What I want to do is I want you to have a rehab year at a local junior college. We can keep in touch, and then we'll have you come back and we'll honor your full scholarship. What do you say? And being a young, immature young man, what I heard was, I don't believe in your abilities. That was a really hard decision, and it just felt like I was being let go and was very confused. And about a couple of days that I was here back home in San Diego, I said, hey, what am I gonna do? Like, I have nowhere to play. Like, I was top 100 in the nation, and I'm like, well, I guess I'll go play at the local junior college. And so at this point, my coach for Summer League, his name is Brad Rupert, I heard you're not going back to Long Beach. Would you come play for me? So going up to Shasta College, I realized that the last year was just a whirlwind. I had no idea what was going on in life. And so at this point, I'm like, well, I should probably have a few goals going up to Shasta. Goal number one, do well in baseball so I can get out of there. Goal number two, do well in school so I could transfer and get out of there. And goal number three, believe it or not, was to find God. I knew that my life was an absolute mess. And even though I wasn't living the Christian life, I was aware of the gospel, and I knew that when I was in church, there was a certain peace. I go up to Shasta College, first week of school, kind of back to high school days and even college at Long Beach, and 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Living a life of just hypocrisy and confusion, wanting to know the Lord, wanted that peace, but didn't know how to have it. So it wasn't until Halloween that year, so it was Halloween 1998, that I went down with the baseball guys to go party down at Chico State. Ran into an ex-girlfriend, made some very poor decisions, and I asked myself, like, Mark, why are you continuing to do these things? And I was very confused about why I would do these things. And I felt the Spirit just say, Mark, you got to go and talk to this girl and make things right. So it was November 4th, 1998. I made a phone call. I said, hey, we need to talk. And I had confessed to the things that I had done. As this is happening, I see this person sitting at the other side of the table, absolutely broken. And for the first time in my life, I realized that the things that I'm doing is crushing other people, and not just the person, but their spirit. And I couldn't believe how much pain I could cause another individual. This person forgave me. I went home that night thinking, how can they forgive me? I don't forgive myself. God, why would they forgive me? God, I don't deserve forgiveness. I remember talking to God, and this was going on for about an hour or so, and then all of a sudden, I felt like everything stopped, and I felt like the Lord was saying, Mark, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, I'm always going to be here for you. I'm always going to love you. And then at that moment, it was just like time froze, and all those messages that I heard going to high school, all those messages about the gospel, and everything clicked and it made sense, and I saw the cross. And I realized that even though I was being forgiven by another person, it was God showing me about his true forgiveness by him going to the cross. And so at this point, I realized that, God, you can have everything, even baseball. I don't care if I play another game at all, because if you love me this much, you would allow me to go off and do my thing, but yet you would still forgive me. I'm going to live my life 100% for you. And on my way back home, I'm driving up Genesee, and on to the left is Horizon Christian Fellowship. And that's the church I was going to in high school. And I just felt this still small voice saying, come follow me. Baseball's done. And I was like, all right, Lord, I'm willing to do that. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what following you looks like. Is this your call to come follow you? I don't know. So I went and shared my story with the pastor. He took me to the head baseball coach at Horizon High School. Now I'm coaching high school baseball, not knowing what to expect. And lo and behold, that God would open the door and realize that this is ministry, pouring into other people's life, discipling these young men to realize that Jesus Christ is more important than the game. And so that summer I had an opportunity to go to Pennsylvania through a friend, and they said, hey, you got to check out Christian Sports International. That summer was awesome, was able to see many kids come to Christ, opportunities to share the gospel and to allow kids to respond to the gospel. And so from that moment, I went back and I kept coaching high school baseball. I've been a youth pastor. 2010, planted a church in Indio, California. And for the last 4 years, I've been doing sports ministry. And as of June 1, full circle, 20 years later, I'm back on staff now with Christian Sports International in expanding the ministry here in the west part of the United States. And I'm super stoked for what God has. My why comes from me being forgiven. It all starts with being forgiven, seeing what the cross is all about, and experiencing that true forgiveness that Christ can only offer, and that peace, that joy that only Christ can offer. Man, that's not just for me. I want every single person on the planet to experience that. And with my passion for Jesus Christ and sports, that's my why. I want to take what I've been given, I want to give that back into the next generation. Thanks, and I hope you like this highlight video. Christian Sports International is a ministry based just outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania since 1990. Our mission is to change the hearts and lives with the good news of Jesus Christ through our sports programs and other ministry events. June 1st, 2019, God has given me the responsibility to bring CSI out here in the West. And I'm so excited to be a part of that. So we're celebrating 30 years of ministry. This is a year of growth. This is a year of us to move forward. I want you to see a picture of how we're taking the gospel and reaching the youth of today. In some of these videos, you're going to see some of our CSI Club Challenge. Club Challenge is campus ministry. We have students that come out and reach out to us, and we go on campus, and a lot of times they happen to be athletes, and we're equipping and discipling these young athletes to take a step of faith and lead their peers to the Lord. So we're doing an on-campus Bible study at several of our high schools here in San Diego, California.
I sense God, I want to put my faith and trust in Christ. I want to be made whole. Spiritually, I want to be made whole all the way. If that's you, would you raise your hand? Anybody out there, raise your hand. Go ahead, don't be afraid, don't be ashamed. Good, hands all around, hands all around. Lift them up, lift them up, lift them up, lift them up, lift them up. Good, hands all around. Good, 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 good. God's watching, God's watching. Now I want you to pray with me. Realizing God sees and knows us and hears our heart. Heavenly Father, I know I'm a sinner. I know I'm messed up. Please forgive me of my sins. I open my heart. I give you all my sins. And I believe in you, Jesus. You died for me and you rose again. Please, come into my life and save me. I surrender myself to you.
Right now we have a 14U travel baseball team where we're using that platform of Avenue of Sports and travel sports to share Christ. Every practice we have a devotion that we do. Before every game we do a devotion. And so we're very intentional about doing everything we can to share the gospel and disciple the young men that God has given us. One of our business partners has around 1,100 square foot that they've given us to use to train up young people for Christ. So we have a gym where we actually have a personal trainer that comes in and we're training champions for Christ. Every workout we have a devotion where we're sharing the gospel and discipling these young men and women. Church partners. Christian Sports International will not be where we're at today without our local church partners and volunteers. We thrive on our volunteerism and our church partners. Every event, every program that we do has church partners. We want everything that we do to point back to the local church. Last but not least, we have camps. Camps are twofold. One, camp can be sport specific. So we'll have a baseball specific camp or a football specific camp or a soccer, or we'll do a multi-sport camp with the church direct. So kind of think about VBS, we'll do a sports themed VBS. Our mission is to reach people with the gospel of Jesus Christ through the avenue of sports. So what that looks like for me on a day-to-day basis is I'm partnering with local churches to do sports-themed VBSs. We're out here today in the baseball field. We have former Padre Tim Stoffer to put on professional level camps for different sports. Today we're doing baseball. We're working on soccer, football, basketball, a lot of different sports. We have a lot of things coming your way. My name is Mark Salazar. I'm the VP of the West Division for Christian Sports International, and I am Team CSI.
Hi, I'm Peyton Steele. I go to Helix Charter High School, and I am a student leader, and I am Team CSI.
Hi, I'm Noah, and I play for the CSI Light, and I am Team CSI.
Hi, my name is Dean Sewell, and I'm the youth pastor at Community Covenant Church in El Cajon, and I love partnering with CSI because I get the opportunity to walk with students as they wrestle with the hard questions of their faith, and most importantly, as they learn what it means to love Christ with their whole heart, soul, mind, and strength. I am Team CSI.
My name's Andy Van Antwerp. I'm a baseball coach for CSI West, and I am Team CSI.
I'm Shadrach, and I play for the CSI Light, and I am Team CSI.
My name is Nathan Allball, and I serve as the youth pastor at Victory Baptist Church, and we love our partnership with CSI. We love reaching young people with the gospel of Jesus Christ. I am Team CSI.
What's up? I'm Jacob Entrikin. I go to Steel Canyon High School. I'm a junior. I play baseball, and I'm a student leader at Club Challenge. I am Team CSI.
Hey, I'm Nate Chandler. I'm a former NFL lineman. I partner with CSI through CSI West Club Challenge, and I am Team CSI.
Hi, I'm Chris George, General Manager at Team Kia Mazda El Cajon. I'm currently serving on the CSI board, and I'm Team CSI.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Steele. I am the pastor of the Hill Church. We partner with CSI through our Bible club at Helix High School. I am Team CSI.
Hi, I am Sarah Darley, and I go to Granite Hills High School. I am on my school's cheer and swim team, and I am also a student leader for CSI. I am Team CSI.
My name is Richard Richardson. After hearing Mark explain about all the youth programs throughout San Diego County CSI provides, I immediately became interested in learning more about CSI and the work Mark is doing. Since my initial meeting with Mark, I have been engaged with the Club Challenge at Helix High School. I am Team CSI.
Hi, I'm Nancy, and I go to Steel Canyon High School. I'm a student leader at Club Challenge. Steel Canyon was a little small. We got about 6 people to come, but it was still a blessing and it was counted for. I personally prayed for the number to keep multiplying, and by week 5 we got to about 100 people to come, and on regular weekdays there would be about 34 to 70 people showing up, and the number of hands raised for people to receive Christ kept even going higher and higher. And it's just a blessing to see that happening among people in my school and in my community. And I'm just so blessed and thankful to the Lord. I am Team CSI.
Hi, we're the Salazar family, and
we are Team CSI.
Last but not least, I want to give you 3 ways of how you get involved. I want you to think of your time, your talent, and your network. Time, I want you to consider of a way that you could get involved and volunteer. We have camps and we have fundraiser events that you can get involved with. The next thing is talent. I want you to consider, could you see yourself using your gifts that God has given you and your business wisdom to increase our capacity here in the West? We're looking for advisory board members to join our team and to get involved at a higher level. And lastly, I want you to think about your network. Do you know people, whether it be an athlete, a coach, or someone who has a passion for sports ministry? Do you know someone in your network that you can pass information along and put me in front of that I can share the vision of CSI? Thank you so much. Take care. God bless. And we'll love to get in touch with you as soon as possible.